All right. Good morning. How's everyone doing? Good. Did y'all see the sore? Yeah, a little sore. Okay. How did homework go? Good. Okay. I like how everyone's good. It's homework. It's like, okay, good. It's like, well, we'll see. I think it went well. I'm sure what you created is awesome. Okay. Okay. Oh, do I have it here maybe? Sorry, talk amongst yourselves. All right. Sorry.
Yeah, I watched it all actually It was so beautiful.
It was so beautiful. Yeah, I peeked out for a little bit to see the moon, and yeah, it was beautiful.
And then everybody was like, don't spend too long under that moon. I'm like, it's too late, I've been here for hours.
I heard that too, like right before I was gonna go watch it, was like, don't go look at it. And then I was like, I'm gonna do what I want. I'm gonna look at this and I'm gonna be fine, because I call that in.
And honestly, like if the moon, like the power of the moon, if it's so intense, like, it's gonna reach me anyway. One like plasterboard wall is not gonna be like the power of the moon.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
That's like dun dun dun. The universe is like, yeah. You keep thinking that.
The universe was like, you needed that wall. It would have helped.
My girlfriend was flying home from San Francisco last night during the eclipse, and she watched it.
Oh wow.
Perfect side of the plane and the window seat. She said she watched it from the plane, and I
Wow.
was like, "Oh, that's freaky."
That'd be intense and very cool.
So cool.
Okay, I think we're good.
Did you hit feel better?
Yeah, thank you.
All right.
Oh, now I'm worried about it. So much of it is like,
It's supposed to be the idea is that it's supposed to be because eclipses are supposed to bring a lot of chaotic energy, you know, and then I guess with this particular moon, it was all about like super chaotic and releasing and purging, so not taking in the energy of the moon, releasing things, and that was what people were saying. I don't know.
I wrote down things I wanted to let go of.
There you
So
go.
I'm like, okay, maybe this will undo what me sitting here has done. That's how the math works.
Makes sense to me. Okay, so we will get started. Okay, so we will be doing a block class, so everything blocks. If at any time you're like, I don't want to use the block anymore, just push it to the side, all right? And do what you can. If you need a break, take a break, all right? You can stay in child's pose, you can go into Shavasana, and just kind of chill. Good? Okay, so we will begin. All right, so grab a hold of one of your blocks, and then you can place the other kind of to one side or the other, whatever you feel. And then once you have your block, come to stand. All right, towards the top of your mat. Good. Okay. You can shift around, kind of figure out where your space is on the mat. And then once you've figured that out, settle in. Okay. And then you can maybe soften the gaze or close your eyes. And then bring the block towards your heart center. You can hold on to the block. And just notice the shape of the block. Notice how it feels. Notice the weight. And then in this space, begin to send your focus to your breath. Notice if there's any tension in the breath, and if so, try to smooth it out. Think of the breath as being steady and strong, but with soft edges, just like your block. Try to bring quality and depth to the breath. You can stay with your eyes soft or gently close the eyes. And I want you to begin to imagine this block as a seed that you're planting, or an intention that you're setting. And fill that intention, fill that block, fill that seed with strength, with thoughts of grace, compassion, playfulness. The belief in better things and the willingness to do better, to be better. Fill this seed, this block, this intention with your capacity to empower others, to use your voice to create change. To move with a sense of purpose, a sense of mindfulness, caring. Knowing deep in your heart that your capacity to create change can affect so much and so many. Allow these words, these thoughts, these intentions to be a part of you as you move throughout your practice this morning. And so that every time you touch your block or blocks, you're able to tap into whatever you need, whether it's strength, whether it's grace or ease, compassion. Take 3 more rounds of breath here. Think of every breath as a way to deepen this connection, to set this intention, to plant these seeds. And then you can begin to softly open your eyes, if your eyes are closed. And take the block, and we'll place it lengthwise in between the inner thighs, kind of just above the knees. Good. Once you have that, maybe reset your foundation. Excuse this. I think it's on shuffle for whatever reason. We don't want, yep, it's on shuffle play. Let's turn that off. I'm just gonna hold it for a moment. Okay, so with your block, what I want you to focus on is hugging. Okay, hugging the block between the inner thighs. Okay. Start to feel for the pliancy of the block, but also the strength in the block. Good. Okay. As you're hugging the block, reset your foundation and try to split the mat apart with your feet and notice kind of what that feels like, how that feels with the block. Good. Okay. Release that. Keep hugging the block with the inner thighs. And what I want you to think about doing is now try to press the block behind you. So move from the front of the thighs. It's almost like you're rolling them inwards and you're sending your inner thighs back. Okay. Hold that. Draw the low belly in and up. Hug the low ribs towards one another. Lift the heart. Let the hands be soft. The jaw be soft. Good. Bring the block back to kind of your midline and then do the opposite. So I want you to think of pressing the block forward, roll from the back of the thighs in and towards the front of the room. I have no idea how to turn off shuttle. Yeah, I'm looking and looking and looking. I don't even know how I hit it. Okay. Good. And then, nope.
Okay, it's off shuffle now. So.
Oh, okay. Oh, I needed to go into the song. Sorry, guys. Thank you. I knew there was a way, and I'm like, why am I forgetting this? Okay. Come back to center with the block. Sorry about that. Okay. Now keep hugging the block from the outer thighs in. Good. Draw the belly in and up. Lift the heart. And then raise right fingertips to ceiling. Good. Turn the palm towards the mirror, and then start to bend into a little side bend. You can slide the left hand down the side of the body. Okay, keep hugging the block in between your thighs so that stays strong and rooted. Use an inhale, come back up. Use your exhale to release your hand. And let's do the other side. Inhale, reach the left fingertips, palm stays open. And then start to bend on your exhale. Going as deep as feels comfortable to you. Slide the right hand down the outside of the right thigh. Notice your breath. And then use your inhale, come back. Use your exhale to release. Good. Inhale, both hands to the ceiling. And then as you exhale, fold. Let the arms be soft. Come into your first forward fold. Keep hugging the block in between your thighs. Let the head release, let the back of the neck find some space. Beautiful. Keep hugging the block, okay, from the outer thighs in, and then hold on to the opposite elbows, so we take ragdoll. Good. Let yourself soften here. You can sway side to side, but staying strong with the legs. Okay. Beautiful. And then begin to come back to center. Okay, with this bind, I want you to stay with your hands at your elbows. Try to press the upper arm bones away from one another, and then reach the elbows down towards the mat. And so we try to find some length. So we stay in our ragdoll. Okay, we hold the bind and we try to find space between the upper arms, and then we reach the elbows down. Good. On your next exhale, release the fingertips to the mat. Okay. Inhale, extend the heart forward, come into a half lift. Good. And then bend the elbows, exhale and fold. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, extend. Okay. Hip bones reach back, heart reaches forward. Exhale, we fold and soften. 1 more time. Inhale to extend. Good. And then exhale, fold. Okay. Come back to your ragdoll. Now do opposite. Okay, the opposite bind. So whatever you normally go for, once you have the bind, okay, try to find space between the upper arms. So move the upper arms away from one another, and then try to reach the elbows down towards the mat. Draw the belly in. This will help you in your folds. Low ribs hug towards midline. And think of sending the sit bones up towards the ceiling. Okay, so reach the elbows down, sit bones up. Elbows down, sit bones up. Take 1 more full breath here. Good. And then use your exhale, release the fingers to the mat. Okay. Use an inhale, extend the heart forward. Okay. And then as you exhale, lift the heels and start to tippy toe your way back Okay, until you can plant your hands and come into your first downward dog. Good. Wonderful. Okay. Once you're in your downward dog, what is going on here? Okay. Start to press the inner heels towards the mat. Okay. Keep hugging the block and try to send it behind you. So you press from the inner thighs back. Okay. Hips and sit bones reach up towards the ceiling. Good. Belly draws in. Low ribs hug towards midline. Now travel to your hands, claw at the finger pads. So hands are nice and active, and try to slide the mat away from you. Good. Okay. Now keep hugging the block in between the inner thighs. Keep trying to take it towards the back of the room. On your next inhale, shift the heart forward. Okay. And then as you exhale, lower all the way down to the mat. Okay, you can keep the toes tucked under or tops of the feet down, but stay with that connection to the block. Bring your hands alongside your chest. Good. Okay. Draw the elbows behind you. Activate the hands, claw at the finger pads. Okay. Hip bones down and forward. And then use an inhale, raise from the back of the heart, come into cobra. And then use your exhale, soften and release. Let the head relax. And then do that again. Inhale, draw the elbows behind you, come into your cobra. Exhale, release. And then one more time, inhale, move from the back of the heart as you lift. And then exhale, release and fold. Good. Tuck the toes under, keep hugging the block in between your thighs. And then press your body back up into your downward dog. Maybe it's through bent knees, maybe it's through plank, whatever works for you. Good. Beautiful. And keep squeezing the block. Okay. And then walk your hands to your feet. So you'll be at the back of your mat. Okay. Block is still a part of you. Use an inhale, extend the heart forward, come into a half lift. And then as you exhale, lift the heels and bend the knees. Okay. So we're getting into a little toe squat here. Okay. Squeeze the block. Okay, in between your inner thighs. Use that to support your foundation. You can place your hands to your thighs and come up. Okay. Maybe pick a spot to focus on that's not moving. Keep hugging the block. This will help you find a bit more stability in this posture. Belly draws in and up, and then bring the hands to the heart. Good. Okay. So keep squeezing the block. We're going to go into a little twist here. So I want you to move from the right elbow, start to draw it behind you. Good. Okay. And then once you have that, you can stay here or take your right hand, place it at your sacrum. Stay with the left hand, your heart, or bring the back of the hand to the outside of the right thigh. Good. Keep the heart lifted so we don't kind of round through the spine. Belly draws in. And then use the back of the hand to the outer thigh, if that's where you went, to press and resist. Draw the right elbow and shoulder behind you. Good. And then release, come back to center. Okay, feet maybe talking to you a little bit. All right. Let's do the other side. So lead now from the left elbow. Drop behind you. Okay, option to stay here or bring the left palm to the low back. Okay, so the fingers rest on the low back area, and then stay with the hand at the heart or bring the back of the hand to the outside of the left thigh. Good. Okay. And then either stay where you are or draw the left elbow behind you. You can press the back of the right hand into the outer thigh. Okay. To try to take this revolve a little bit deeper wherever that is for you. And come back to center. Good. And then, and then release the fingers to the mat. Good. Okay. Keep hugging the block. Start to send your hips up and release the heels down. Good. Okay. Release the block from the inner thighs. You can kind of open it up almost. I always think of like I just gave birth to my seed. That doesn't sound good. Okay. I am not good with that. Okay. And then go ahead and have the block and reach it and place it more towards the top of your mat so that it's not at the back of the mat. You can place on the right or the left side. Good. Once you have that, walk yourself back into your downward dog. Good. Okay. Beautiful. All right, so let's take a block and place it underneath the right hand. Okay. Good. Okay. Now, a way to not slide on the block, okay, is to place the edge of the palm at the back of the, like at the little kind of edge of the block where it slants down. Good. Okay. Use an inhale. Shift the heart forward. Come into your plank. You can stay with your knees up or lower the knees to the ground. Shift the heart a little bit farther forward. Use your next exhale to lower through chaturanga. Tops of the feet down. Come into cobra. Good. And then tuck the toes under. Downward dog. Good. Okay. Switch the hands with the block. Okay. So it's on the left now. Good. Reset your foundation. And then shift the heart forward, come into your plank. Good. Either stay with the knees lifted or release the knees to the ground. Good. Shift your heart a little bit farther forward, bend through the elbows. Draw them behind you, chaturanga. Tops of the feet down. Okay, cobra. Lift from the heart. And then find your way back into your downward dog. Beautiful. Okay, so if your block is on, if both blocks are on one side, go ahead and move one block so it's on the other side. So you have a block on each side. There we go. Okay, you can release your hand from the block. Okay. Now you're going to take the block on the right side and place it behind your right forearm, right hand. Once you have that, raise the right heel to the ceiling, lift the left heel, and then step the right foot onto the block. Good. Slide the left toes back, and then release the knee to the mat. Make sure you're on the top of the knee. Feel free to use your blanket. Lift from the back of the heart, and then raise the fingers up towards the ceiling. Good. Once you're here, bend through the elbows and draw the upper arm bones back. Good. Beautiful. Let the breath be really expansive. On your next inhale, reach the fingers up, turn the palms forward, exhale, and release the palms to the mat. Lift the back knee, step the foot off your block. Sometimes it flips. It's just what happens. Okay. And then move it to the right. And bring the block on the left, or just move it to the left. Okay. Good. Other side. So extend the left heel to the ceiling. Step the foot on top of the block. Good. Okay. Slide the right toes back so that you can release the knee, and make sure you're on the top of the knee. Okay. Good. Squeeze and hug the knees towards one another. Belly draws in. Lift from the back of the heart, and then bring the fingertips to the ceiling. Good. Once they're there, bend the elbows. Good. Now let's move from the upper arm bones. Draw the elbows and upper arm bones back. Okay, so the heart and the front of the chest, the collarbones, everything is super open. Let the breath be really expansive. Okay. And then use an inhale, reach the fingertips up, use your exhale, turn the palms forward, release the hands to the mat, back knee lifts, tuck the toes under, step back, downward dog. Beautiful. Okay, now place the blocks under both hands. Okay, so find the edge of the back edge of the block once you have that. So it's under both hands. Daisy? Good. Okay. And then use an inhale, shift forward into plank. Bend through the elbows, exhale. Okay. Lower all the way down, come into your cobra on your inhale, move from the back of the heart. This gets a little funky with the blocks. Okay. Good. And then downward dog. Tuck the toes under. You can bend through the knees. Beautiful. Okay. Let's try that one more time. You might have to move the blocks a little bit wider, okay, if it was too narrow. And move at your own pace. So when you're ready, shift the heart forward. Keep shifting it forward. Either keep the knees where they are or lower them as you come into your chaturanga. Cobra. Okay. Maybe you even go into upward facing dog. Press into the palms. Good. And then downward dog. Amazing. Okay. You can move the left block out to the side, bring the right block behind the right hand. Okay. On your next inhale, float the right heel to the ceiling. Okay, lift the left heel, and then as you exhale, step the foot on top of the block. Okay, this time keep the back heel lifted, keep the back knee lifted. Okay, hug and squeeze the feet towards one another, and then lift from the back of the heart, rise up, fingertips reach to the ceiling. Good. Okay. Notice if anything feels a little unstable. All right. Keep hugging the feet towards one another. Front hip draws back, back hip draws forward, belly draws in and up, heart lifts. Good. Reach the fingers up as high as you can. Take a nice deep inhale here. And then exhale, turn the palms forward, release the hands to the mat. Step back, downward dog. Let's do the other side. Okay, so move the block now to the left. Good. And then extend and reach the left heel to the ceiling. Step the foot on top of the block. Okay, maybe you need to slide your back foot back a little bit. Hug the feet towards one another, and then use your breath, rise up. Okay, lift from the back of the heart, and then reach the fingertips up to the ceiling. Good. Okay. All right, lift from the back inner thigh. Okay. Draw the front hip back, back hip forward. Belly draws in and up, heart lifts. Good. So everything is nice and strong. And then reach as high as you can with your fingertips. Good. And then turn the palms forward, release the hands to the mat. Step back to downward dog. All right, move the block now to the behind the right hand. Okay, float the right heel up to the ceiling, step the foot on the block, okay, back heel stays lifted. All right, move from the back of the heart, rise up, reach the fingertips up to the sky. Okay, keep squeezing the feet towards one another. Okay. Now what we're going to do is you're going to lead by the left hand. Left hand reaches forward as right hand sweeps back. You open your heart to the exit. Good. Once you have that, I want you to reach the fingers away from one another. Good. Try to extend and extend and extend. Back heel lifts, back inner thigh lifts. Belly draws in and up. On your next inhale, sweep from the back hand, float it down and around, both fingertips to the ceiling. Exhale, palms forward, hands to the mat. Step back, downward dog, other side. Block behind the left hand. Okay. Raise the left heel to the ceiling, step the foot on top of the block. Once you have your stability, rise up. Good. Okay, both fingertips reach. Okay, set that foundation, set your strength, tap into the block for that. Lead from the right hand, start to reach it forward as you sweep the left hand back. So we open towards the mirrors. And then I want you to think of trying to find as much space as you can between the front hand and the back hand. Good. Back heel stays lifted, back inner thigh lifts, feet hug towards midline, and heart is lifted. Good. Move from the back hand, sweep it down and around, both hands to the ceiling, and then turn the palms forward, release the hands down, step back, downward dog. Block behind the right hand. Okay. Raise the right heel up. We're gonna start to move a little quicker. Step the foot on top of the block. Okay. Move from the back of the heart. Rise up, and then open towards the exit. Good. Okay, so let's start to flow a little bit. All right, so move from the back hand, use an inhale, okay? Rise back to your high lunge, and then use your exhale, open it up again. Okay? And then inhale, come back to high lunge. Exhale, sweep the back hand back. Again, inhale, rise up. Exhale, open it up 2 more times at your own pace. So sweep it forward, both hands to the ceiling, and then you open it up. Good. And then 1 more time, sweep it forward and open it up. Good. Sweep it forward. And then release the hands to the mat, step back, downward dog, switch sides. Okay, so left heel raises, you step the foot on top of the block. Hug the feet towards one another and you rise up. Good. Keep squeezing the feet to find that foundation and then open towards the mirrors. Good. Okay. So legs are nice and strong. Now let's begin to put those two together. So sweep the back hand down and around, both hands up, and then sweep it behind you to open up to the mirrors. And continue to move in that way 5 more times. Good. Open the heart, open the collarbones every time you're facing the mirrors. Try to tap into your breath. Okay. Keep the back heel lifted. Okay. Keep drawing the front hip forward or back hip forward. Beautiful. Notice whatever you're noticing. Once you're done, both hands to the ceiling, and then turn the palms forward, release the hands to the mat, step back to downward dog. Good. Okay. Now place the block underneath the right hand. Okay, so it comes underneath the right hand. Yes. Okay. Option to keep the feet apart or bring the feet together at the back of the mat. We're going to come into side plank. So you'll have whatever option works best for you. Good. Okay. Shift the heart forward. And then if the feet are together, hug the inner thighs, inner shins towards one another. Start to revolve to the outside edge of the right foot. Okay, bring the left hand to your waist. Good. Now press into the block. Try to press the block away from you. Draw all the strength you can from that block. Lift from the bottom hip. Keep with the hand to the waist or raise the fingers to the ceiling. Good, and breathe here. Take one more breath. Good. And then use your exhale, send your gaze down, release your hand to the mat, and come back to your downward dog. Hips up and back, switch hands with the block. Okay. So set the foundation, good. Readjust your feet, and then shift your heart forward, come into plank. Hug everything towards the midline, and then revolve to the outside edge of the left foot, feet stay flexed, and bring the right hand to your waist. Press into the block to try to press the ground away from you. Lift from the bottom hip, and either stay with the hand at the waist or fingertips reach to the ceiling. Beautiful. Okay. You're tapping into your breath, flex the feet, legs are nice and strong. And then send your gaze down, release your hands to the mat. Hips up and back, downward dog. Release the left hand from the block. Okay. Place the block now underneath or behind the right hand. Okay, so it's behind the right hand. So not under, behind, yep. Okay. Raise the right heel to the ceiling. And then step the foot on top of the block. Squeeze the feet towards one another and rise up, come into high lunge. Good. Revolve the back heel down, come into warrior two. So extend the arms away from one another. Okay, press into the outer edge of the back foot, take the inner thigh away from you, bend into the front knee as you lower through the sit bone. Belly draws in and up, heart lifts. Good. You can stay with your fingertips extending away from you, or turn the palms up and allow the elbows to soften to release the shoulders. Good. Okay. Now lower even more through that front sit bone. Beautiful. Stay really strong through the back leg, so equal effort. Take one more breath here. Good. And then we'll lead from the back hand, sweep it down and around, back heel lifts, come back to your high lunge, and then turn the palms forward, release the hands to the mat, downward dog. Good. Other side, so switch and place the block. Once you have that, raise the left heel. Okay. Step the foot on top of the block. Squeeze and hug the feet towards one another, rise up, fingertips to the ceiling, and then open it up. Revolve the back heel down, warrior two. Good. Okay. Press into the outer edge of the back foot, inner thigh moves away from you. Good. Bend into the front knee, lower through the sit bone. Good. Belly draws in and up, heart lifts. If you took the little turn of the palms up, soft bend in the elbows on the other side, you can do so on this side. But I want you to find a bit more depth in the legs. So try to bend into the front knee, try to lower in through the sit bone. Good. Back foot stays nice and solid as you press the outer edge of your foot into the mat. Inner thigh moves away. All right, let's begin to shift back to our high lunge. So lead from the back hand, sweep both hands up, turn the palms forward, release the hands to the mat, downward dog. Okay, block behind the right hand. Okay, Raise the right heel to the ceiling, step the foot on top of the block. Rise up, high lunge, both fingertips to the ceiling. Revolve the back heel down, warrior two. Good, okay. Now flip the front palm, release the back hand to your back thigh, and reach the front fingertips up. Good, okay. Settle into the front knee, lower through the front sit bone, and try to reach the fingers up as high as you can to feel, okay, for lengthen through the side body. Just one more breath here. And then use an exhale, come back to your warrior two. Inhale, sweep the back hand down and around, back heel lifts, high lunge. And then exhale, release the hands to the mat. Step back to your downward dog. Other side. Okay, place the block, raise the left heel. Step the foot on top of your block. Back heel stays lifted. Use one breath to rise up. Inhale. And then use an exhale. Open it up into your warrior two. Flip the front palm. Release the back hand to the back leg. And then reach the front fingertips up. Good. Okay. Be aware of pulling the front knee back. All right. So press with effort into the outer edge of the back foot. Inner thigh moves away from you. Okay, front knee bends and you find space between top fingertips and front knee. All right, take an inhale here. Reach and extend. Use your exhale, come back to your warrior two. Good. Inhale, sweep the back hand down and around, both hands to the ceiling. And then exhale, hands to the mat. Good. Okay, switch the block now. Behind the right hand. We're going to start to move with the breath. On your next inhale, float the right heel to the ceiling. Use your exhale to step the foot on top of the block. Squeeze the feet. Inhale, rise up. Okay. Exhale, revolve into your reverse or your warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior, flip the front palm. Exhale, come back to your reverse warrior. Use your inhale, sweep the back hand down and around, both fingertips to the ceiling, back heel lifts. Turn the palm forward as you exhale, release. And then inhale, step back. Let's do the other side. So switch. Okay. When you're ready, inhale, extend, exhale, step. Good. Inhale, rise and lift. Use an exhale, open it up, revolve the back heel down. And flip the front palm, inhale, reverse. Okay. Use your exhale to come back to your warrior two. Okay. And then sweep the back hand down and around, inhale to high lunge. Open the palms, exhale, down dog. Now place the block to the side. And we're going to flow through that at your own breath pace without the block, all right? So when you're ready, use your inhale, extend the right heel to the ceiling, and then exhale, step in between your hands. Inhale, feet hug towards one another as you rise up, and then you revolve the back heel down as you exhale. Turn the front palm as you inhale, reverse your warrior. Okay. Use your exhale to come back to your warrior two. Sweep the back hand around on an inhale, high lunge, and then palms to the mat as you exhale. Now inhale, step to downward dog, raise the opposite leg as you're inhaling, and then continue to move. Step it through. Good. Rise up. Keep the breath flowing. Keep the movement flowing. Okay. Use your inhale to find your reverse warrior. Use an exhale to bring you back to warrior two. And then we do high lunge. Release the palms. Inhale, back as the opposite leg lifts. Keep going. One more time through. Move at your own pace. Okay, really try to be conscious of moving with the breath. Let the breath guide you as much as you can. Okay, try to find like a slow and steady movement, okay, within the breath. And keep moving. Last time on the other side. Beautiful. We use our inhale to rise up. We open it up on the exhale, bend into the front knee. Okay, then we reverse, flip the front palm. Come back to your warrior two. Okay, you inhale into your high lunge, turn the palms forward, exhale, and then come back to downward dog. Stay here. We all meet in downward dog. How's everyone doing? Good? Okay. All right. So let's place the block now behind the right hand. Okay. Almost done with the block. All right. So raise the right heel to the ceiling and then step the foot on top of the block. Okay. Feet hug towards one another, lift from the back of the heart, come into your high lunge, rise up, bring the hands to the heart. Okay, good. Now I want you to start to move forward from the heart. Take your time with this, shift forward from the heart, shift forward from the heart. Keep shifting until you start to kind of roll over the back foot. Once you have that, keep the bend in your knee and lift the back foot away from the ground. Okay, so we're in Warrior 3, but I want you to stay with a super bent knee as much as you can. Flex the back foot. Turn the baby toe side of the foot down to the mat. Extend the heart away from the heel, heel away from the heart. Good. Okay. Beautiful. And then start to bend through the front knee. Bend, 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 bend. Shift the weight back until you touch the toes down. Raise the fingertips up. Good. And then release the hands to the mat. Step back to your downward dog. Other side. Okay, so place the block underneath or behind the left, and then raise the left heel, step the foot on top of the block. Good. Okay, rise up. All right, once you're up, bring your hands to your heart. So same thing, okay? Really squeeze the palms together. Use that to help you start to shift forward, shift forward, shift forward, and then roll off the back foot. Keep a super bend in the front knee as you lift and extend the right foot away from you. Flex the foot, turn the baby toe side completely down to the mat. Beautiful, breathe. Try to lift from the inner thigh as that right hip draws down. Good. Now start to bend even deeper. Shift the weight back, back, back until you lightly touch down. And then you reach the fingertips up. Yeah, I did it. Turn the palms forward, release the hands. Step back, downward dog. Okay, block underneath or behind the right hand. Okay, raise the right heel to the ceiling, step the foot on top of the block. Okay, so same thing. Once you have that, rise up, and then bring your hands to your heart. Okay, press the hands into one another, draw the thumbs towards your sternum, start to shift your heart forward, shift your heart forward. Lift the back foot off the mat. Super bend in the supporting leg. All right, keep the back foot flexed. Start to lift from the back of the heart, sweep the back foot down and around and draw the knee to the chest. Woo, good. Keep the foot flexed. We good? Everyone with me? All right, now we're gonna reverse that, okay? So keep hugging the hands to the heart, start to extend the heart forward as you reach the left heel back. Good. Bend through the supporting knee, bend, bend, bend. Shift the weight back till you touch it down. And then with control, fingertips to ceiling. Turn the palms forward, release the hands. Okay. Step back. Other side. Good. Okay. So raise the left heel. Step the foot on top of the block. Back heel stays lifted, inner thigh lifts, rise up, fingertips up, and then bring your hands to your heart. Okay, squeeze and hug, and then start to shift the weight forward until the back leg lifts and the foot comes away from the mat. Good. Flex the back foot, bend through the supporting knee. Okay. Start to lift from the back of the heart, lift the torso up, sweep the back foot down and around, and then draw the knee to the chest. Good. Okay. Try to bring the thighs close as you can to your body. Keep the foot flexed, keep the hands active, and let's start to reverse that. So start to hinge at the hips, send the heart forward, crown of the head forward. As you reach the right heel back, 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 back. Start to bend through the supporting leg until you touch the right toes down. Back heart lifts, fingertips to ceiling, turn the palm forward, release the hands. Good, step back. All right, move the block to the side. And we're gonna do that without the block, just to kind of notice and see if there's a difference. So raise the right heel up to the ceiling, step the foot in between the hands. Good, rise up. Should feel a lot more stable. Bring the hands to the heart. Good. Shift the heart forward. Gently, with control, lift the back foot up. Flex the foot, start to lift from the back of the heart, sweep the foot through, draw the knee to the chest. Feel a lot more stable? Now let's reverse that. Reach the crown and heart forward as you reach the heel back. Good. Bend through the supporting knee and then lightly touch the toes down. Whoa, you did it. And then release the hands to the mat. Good. Downward dog. Last time, other side. So reach the heel away from you. Step the foot in between your hands. Good. Hug the feet towards one another as you rise up. Okay, and then we bring the hands to the heart with control. Good. Okay, start to shift the weight forward, shift the weight forward. Lift the back foot away from the mat. Flex the foot. Good. And then start to draw the knee to your chest. So sweep the back foot down and around. Knee hugs towards you. Try to reach it as much as you can towards your body. Keep the foot flexed. Let's reverse that. Heart reaches forward, crown of the head reaches forward as the right heel reaches back. Bend through the left knee to touch the back toes down. Raise up, you did it. And then turn the palms forward, release the hands to the mat. Downward dog. Beautiful work, everyone. Good. Okay, go ahead and walk the feet to the hands. Come into your forward fold. Beautiful. Okay. Take the feet wide. All right, so heel to the feet wide. Turn the toes out. You can bring your block with you. Start to bend the knees and then sit into your malasana. Okay, so knees are open. All right, block is mama bear or baby bear, side down. Okay, use whatever height works for you. Good. Okay, and then settle here. Good. Once you have that, snuggle the upper arm bones. Okay, as deep as you can into the inner knees, inner shins, inner thighs. Bring the palms together at the heart. Press the palms into one another and draw the thumbs towards your heart. Okay. Last thing, extend and lift the heart up towards the ceiling. Good. Let the gaze be soft. Let the jaw be soft. Okay. If you're using the block, let the block support you. Come back to your breath. Beautiful. Okay. Then gently release the seal with your hands. Reach the left fingertips out to the side. Okay. Press with the back of the arm into the inner knee. Okay. And resist. And then use that to float left hand or right hand to ceiling. Okay. Beautiful. Okay, notice the right knee, it may want to draw in, so be really conscious of trying to move the right inner knee away from you. Good. Okay. Now let the breath fill the left side of the body. Okay, so the side that is a bit more contained and closed off. Try to send your breath into that space. Let the elbow of the right hand, okay, let the wrist of the right hand be a bit softer. On your next exhale, release. Okay, and let's do the other side. So right hand extends away, come onto the fingertips. Okay, use whatever connection you have, back of the arm, and then reach and extend the left fingers towards the ceiling. Okay, gaze can be wherever feels okay for your neck. All right, take the left inner knee away from your midline. Let the left elbow and wrist be soft. Okay, so we balance the strength with some softness. And then send the breath into the right side of the body. Try to fill that space with air. Every inhale, expand. Every exhale, soften. Release. Okay, good. And then bring your hands behind you. Okay. Lift the block away from you. And then bring your sit bones to the ground. Good. Okay. Take a moment and extend both legs away from you. Maybe let the knees move. I can't remember what this is called. Shake it, yeah. Okay, good. All right, keep the right heel extending away from you. Flex the foot, and then take the left ankle and place it just above the right knee. Beautiful. You can readjust and find your sit bones, so get the flesh away. Okay. Flex the right foot or the left foot. Use the fingertips alongside your hips, okay, to press the ground away from you. Lift the heart. Keep that as you start to walk the hands forward and come into your fold. Go as far as feels comfortable for you. Okay. What you want to be conscious of is that the ankle isn't sickling down. Okay. So we're not necessarily up here, Holly. We're just above the knee. Yes. There we go. Good. Okay. If you have the connection, you can use the back of the arms, okay, to the front of the shin, right, and then press and resist. All right, to try to extend the heart a little bit farther forward. And let the crown of the head release, find some space in the back of the neck. And come back to your breath. Okay, come back to those seeds we planted. Beautiful. Begin to lift your gaze, okay? Stay with this cross. You can bring the hands behind you for support. You're going to place the sole of the right foot flat to the mat. Good. And then you can shift your hips closer to that heel, okay? Take a peek. Sometimes the heel kind of shifts towards your midline. I want you to kind of try to line it up with your sit bone as much as you can. Good. Okay. Reflex the left foot, lift the heart, so lift up out of the pelvis and try to move the chest and collarbones towards your shin as you move your inner knee away from you. Good. And then final thing, try to take the left hip down towards the ground. Okay. Beautiful. If you're experiencing any sensations, any tension, okay, try to send your breath into those spaces. And stay here for 3 more breaths. And then begin to soften through the upper back, through the arms. Maybe snuggle the left or the right foot a little bit farther away from you. Okay, take the left hand, hold on to the outside of the left foot. Okay, and then you can bring your right hand to your knee or beside your body. Extend the left heel away from you. Good. Okay. Leg does not have to be straight, so don't worry about that. What I want you to focus on is just pressing the heel away from you as you try to draw, okay, the upper arm back, and think of trying to, it's almost like you're trying to reset your femur, the top of your big thigh bone, into the hip socket. Okay. Keep the heart lifted. Okay. And then whatever hand you're using, I want it to be light. All right, so we're not gripping, we're not using that for support, we're using the strength of our body for support. Good, okay. Stay with this bind and just open the space up, so move it out maybe 3, 4, 5 inches, whatever is your movement. Good, okay. And same idea, heel extends away as we draw the upper arm bone back. Good, okay. Come back to center, keep the bind, okay? And then start to reach the heel forward, 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 until it releases down. Good. Keep the flex and bring the opposite ankle across. See how I did that? Oh. We'll be going through that in sequencing. Okay. So place the ankle above the knee, okay? Both feet are flexed. Use your fingertips to lift yourself up out of the pelvis, and then start to walk the hands forward. So the heart keeps extending forward. Okay. belly draws in. All right. If you're holding any tension in through the back of the legs, you may feel some sensations, some conversations happening there. Okay, wherever you're at. All right, belly draws in, heart extends forward. If you use the back of the arms on the other side, okay, to kind of dig a little bit more into this posture, you can do so on this side. Beautiful. All right, begin to lift the gaze, to rise up from the back of the heart. Stay with the connection of the right ankle to the knee, and then slide the left foot towards you. Come onto the sole of the foot. Readjust as you need to. Maybe you shift it forward. And then try to send the left heel, okay, more towards your sit bone. Good. Okay, so same thing we did on the other side. Lift the heart. Right foot is flexed. Try to move the collarbones, the chest, the heart towards your shin. The inner knee moves away, and you take that same hip and try to draw it down. And then you breathe into whatever sensations you're noticing, experiencing. Okay. Let the gaze be soft, the jaw soft. Notice where the tongue is sitting in your mouth. Maybe release it from the roof of your mouth. Okay, 2 more breaths here. And then you can begin to soften. You can wiggle, snuggle the left foot away from you, okay? Reach with the right hand to the outside of the right foot. Okay. Extend, and then place your left hand wherever kind of works for you. Okay. Extend the heel away from you, draw the upper arm bone back. Think of plugging the thigh bone back into its socket. Good. And keep the heart lifted. Keep the left hand soft. Okay, so we find that balance. Okay, strength and grace. And then open the foot out to the side. And same idea, reset. Press the heel away from you as you draw the arm back. Okay. Good. Beautiful. And come back to center. Okay. Start to reach the heel forward, forward, forward until you gently release it to the mat. Good. Okay, extend both legs away from you. Let that go. Okay, and then bend the knees. Make sure your block comes with you. Release onto your back. Once you're on your back, you can reset the feet. So draw them maybe a little bit closer towards you. Take them hip width or wider. Good. And then we'll come into a supported bridge. So place the block either flat baby bear side or mama bear side underneath your sacrum. Okay, so just below the low back and just above the tailbone. Good. And once you have that, let the arms rest wherever feels good to you. They can rest alongside your body. They can extend behind you. Gaze can be soft or eyes closed. Okay, let Let your body be completely supported. Whatever is touching your limbs. Revisit the intention, revisit the seeds that we planted. And imagine all of that intention kind of seeping from the block into your low back and then spreading into your limbs. Okay, so you can stay with your block at the height it is, or move it down to baby bear side. Okay. Once you decide, keep the left foot where it is and extend the right heel towards the top of the mat. Release the heel down and let the foot just do whatever it's going to do. Let the leg get heavy. Okay, arms can stay where they are. You can reach the arms behind you. Let's stay here for 2 more rounds of breath. Then begin to bend the right knee. Okay, place the sole of the foot back to the mat. And then do the other side. Extend the left heel away from you. Okay. Release the foot, the heel to the mat, and let gravity support you. Let the leg get heavy. Begin to bend the left knee. Okay, place the sole of the foot back to the mat. Okay. And then use the feet to lift the hips up and remove the block. So once your hips release back down, you can sway the knees side to side. Okay, begin to open the arms out to the side. Okay, keep the feet wide, keep the knees wide. And then whatever side you go to next, stay with the knees on that side. So coming into a wide twist. Good. Okay. If the feet are together and the knees are together, bring the knees back to center. Okay. And then open up the feet, open up the knees, and then release the knees to the right or the left. Good. Okay, once you have that, okay, whatever leg is on top and facing closest to the ceiling, okay, I want you to energetically try to extend the knee away from you. Try to find a bit more length into the side body. You can stay there or take the opposite hand, okay, and reach it to the outside of the ribs, outside of the waist, and gently start to draw the skin away from your spine. You can just start to manipulate it and pull the skin away, moving up and down the side of the body a couple times. Good. And then extend the hand, okay, out to the side if you took that option, okay. Begin to bring the knees back to center, readjust whatever you need to readjust. Okay, keep the knees wide, keep the feet wide, and allow the knees to release to the left. So same thing. Let things soften. Let that bottom leg get soft. And then energetically try to extend the top knee away from you. If you took that self-adjustment on the other side, do so on this side. So hand reaches to the outside of the rib cage. And you start to draw the skin away from the spine as you move down and up the side body. Beautiful. Okay. And then you can release that hand, bring it out to the side once again. Okay. Start to draw the knees to the center. Okay. And then bring the right knee to your chest, left knee to your chest. Okay. Give yourself a little hug here. Beautiful. And then send your body into your Shavasana. So extend right and left leg away from you. Okay. Arms can be wherever feels good. And let yourself settle. Let things soften. Use whatever props kind of call to you in this moment. Begin to bring your awareness back to your breath. Use that awareness to invite movement back into the body. Inviting this movement in with grace and ease. Maybe it starts at the fingers or the toes, and travels through the ankles, the wrists, and begins to organically grow and expand throughout the body. You can extend the arms behind you, maybe take a supine stretch, reaching the fingers, the hands away from the toes and the feet. Then begin to bend your knees and roll ever to whatever side kind of calls to you right now. Once you're there, let yourself settle. Maybe use the bottom arm as a pillow. Come back to your intention. Come back to those seeds. To the knowledge that we all have the capacity to do great things. And to empower others along the way. There's a quote I'd like to share with you, and that quote is, "I alone cannot change the world, but I can cast a stone across the waters to create many ripples. I alone cannot change the world, but I can cast a stone across the waters to create many ripples." Use this energy that you created this morning, this movement, all that you explored, okay, to find a place in your body to fill and nourish those spaces where you hold your strength, your conviction, as well as filling those spaces you hold softness, kindness, compassion. So that you can continue to be a stone that creates ripples. You can continue to create change. Empower others as they empower you. Using your opposite, your left or right arm for support, begin to bring yourself up and find your seat. And once you settle, bring your hands together in front of your heart, sealing in all of this practice, this time together, this energy. And giving yourself a silent thank you for being here, for sharing and receiving. And begin to release your palms and softly blink open your eyes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for practicing and exploring and playing. Okay. How's everyone feeling? Okay.
I'm like, what? We have a holiday, we stuff to do.
I know.
I want to sleep.
Okay, so thank you. We'll have a break. Okay, we started late, so we actually ended on time considering. So it's 10:25 now. Okay, so be back like around 5 to 11 a.m. Okay, good. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Bless you.